ऑनलाइन वाली होते थे सारे कोरोना दवाई से
Let's bow our heads and put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Father, we offer everything to you during this seminar. We praise you for this event and your purpose for it. Thank you for every seed that has been filled here today. For each mind and heart that feels the presence of this room, we thank you. Come speak your words of life into our beings. We pray that you would deepen our comprehension, broaden our thinking.
Hello.
Welcome, sir. Welcome all of you.
Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome all of you. We will start the event with College Shabad. A very good morning to all. On behalf of Anand College of Education for Women, I, Dr. Meenu Verma, attend. Dr. Meenu Verma, extend a very warm welcome to all the part, to all the resource persons and participants. Our college is organizing national webinar on topic higher education post COVID-19 pandemic challenges and strategies for teachers and students. Not taking much of your time, I will request Dr. Kavalbir ma'am, Principal, Anand College of Education, to welcome the eminent resource persons. Thank you.
A very fresh good morning and welcome to today's session. Today we are here on this platform for national webinar. Agenda of today's webinar is higher education post COVID-19 pandemic challenges and strategies for teachers and students.
It is not audible. Something wrong. We're not able to listen to you.
Sorry for inconvenience. Agenda of today's webinar is higher education post COVID-19 challenges and strategies for teachers and students. First of all, I would like to thank for our respected Chairman Sir Dr. M.M. Anand and Managing Director Mr. Surya Prakash Anand, who always supporting us for organize such type of webinar. I am also very thankful to our respected Madam Dr. Deepa Sikhan Kaur, HOD in Education Department, Guru Nanak Dev University. Ma'am always motivate and guided us. Now I welcome eminent speaker of today's webinar, Dr. Amit Kaur, Dean Faculty Education Department, Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar. I also welcome Dr. Jatinder Grover, Dean Faculty Education Department, Punjab University, Chandigarh, and Professor Dr. Bikram G. Singh Hundal, Business Department, GNDU, Amritsar. First of all, I would like to invite Dr. Amit Kaur, Dean Faculty Education, GNDU. He is postgraduate in Geography and Education. He is also PhD in Education. He served as a teacher educator and has 25 years experience of teaching in university and college at undergraduate and postgraduate level. He had served as principal in Postgraduate College of Education for more than 11 years. He has mentored one postdoctoral researchers and has authored and co-authored over 75 research papers. He has presented papers and participated in more than 90 conferences and workshops at national and at international level. He has delivered more than 85 keynote addresses in various seminars and conferences and frequent speakers in various HRDCs of various universities. Sir has coordinated more than 6 refresher courses and he is an expert member board of studies of many universities. He coordinated 3 UGC and ICSSR sponsored research projects on creative management of teacher education institution. He is also serving for Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India funded project School of Education at GNDU under Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission for Teachers and Teaching as coordinator, which is meant for professional growth of school teachers, college teachers and university teachers. He is co-rater to MHRD for various schemes implemented at GNDU like School of Education, Faculty Development Center and National Resource Center. He is a visiting member of NCTE and NAC and UGC assignment in various capacities. This is a brief introduction about Dr. Amit Kaur sir. Now I invite sir for today's webinar and share your views on today's topic. Thank you. Sir, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kamal Veer Kaur Mahal, for inviting me on this occasion when you are organizing a very relevant, a seminar on a very relevant issue. I'm really happy to share dais with Professor Vikram Hundal and Professor Jatinder Grover,
Thank you.
who's Dean Faculty of Education, Punjab University, Chandigarh. Thanks are also due to the managing committee, and I also congratulate the managing committee to take this initiative. When all of us are locked down and are working in a very restrictive environment, probably at this moment to get a feel that you are connected with the academia around you is a wonderful feeling. And more so, it's always good to share your ideas with your colleagues around when you're in difficulty times. Probably all of you would agree that this is a very rare kind of situation in front of us. In my lifetime, I never experienced such kind of situation when you don't find vehicles moving around. You don't see that institutions are closed for such a long time. Similarly, markets are off, and you have to really depend on yourself. I know that when you are working, you'll find a lot of help around you. But during these days, everybody is really scared to call anybody at their place. So you are becoming self-independent also, and you are doing so many things you never thought that you will be doing. Probably you get some relaxed time also. I know that people were just rushing for one thing or the other. Students are also under tension now. There are tensions which are more intellectual things, more of emotional things. But yes, you got a lot of time to spend with your family, probably which you did not do for pretty long time. I don't remember, I stayed at home for so long. Yes, of course, we have been engaging our students and academia around for one thing or the other, but definitely no such a long time with family at least. So, this COVID-19 has given us a lot of opportunities to work on. When I'm saying opportunities, even as teachers, I remember we have been doing a lot of training programs at our department under School of Education. And a lot of programs were based on e-content, developing competence. Like I remember one program we made, we designed only for university faculty, that was to develop how we can prepare a MOOC program and how we can work on learning management system Moodle. It was 1 week program, but still, people came, learned, went back, and then again they were busy into one thing or the other, departmental pressures or academic pressures. There have been instances, when there were a lot of initiative by Government of India. You just see that when they used to give some pay revision, they used to say like there are certain conditions attached with it, and one of the condition which used to be criticized by most of the academia was feedback by students. And see today what's happening. If I'm talking here, I have been evaluating. I'm being evaluated by not only the people who are watching me, but the people who will be seeing the recording. The students who are watching me at sitting at their home, not only our students but the parents of our students, even they are watching all this. As a teacher, when I was teaching to my students, I was sharing some content. That content which I shared with my students, that was visible or under scrutiny by the parents of those students. Not only parents, but that was under scrutiny by my head of the department or vice chancellor of the university. So things are becoming very transparent, when we came into this kind of mode. And probably what we learned, we maybe we were not very competent to handle, and we were not thinking of using that. But the moment COVID came and everything was locked down, and there was a challenge in front of us as teachers, that we have to interact with our students, how to do it. So a few teachers, they started communicating or sending some kind of content on WhatsApp. A few people, they use Facebook to connect with their students. Few teachers, they send some content through Gmail or Yahoo Mail, through mails. Few people, they started searching for some free software through which we can connect, maybe Zoom, maybe Cisco, maybe go to webinar. All these things were already present in front of us. They were available, but probably we never use that. I don't know how many of us use so much of technology in their professional career as we have used in the last 3-4 years. So this is a big opportunity to change our mindset, because earlier we were undergoing some training programs also, but probably we never made use of those tools which we used in or we learned in workshops. But today, probably there's nobody to teach us how to make use of ICT, and which are the different ICT tool. Even this, this program, when was being organized, I was in touch with that also, and they were searching out with one tool, second tool, third tool. Some tool was paid, some tool had one limitation. Ultimately, there was one tool, StreamYard, which is again a free of course for a long period of time. And without the teaching of anybody, just getting guidance from one place or the other, searching on the internet and knowing how to make use of StreamYard, the college is able to find out some appropriate solution for them, ICT solution for them. So once you have a need, probably you work very hard to or to satisfy your need. And this is the time, I think, teaching community, they have really learned to integrate ICT into teaching, learning, and evaluation. Probably this is what we wanted for the last many years, but could not do it successfully. One of the reasons was the attitudinal issue, and today probably everybody, nobody's asking any teacher, but everybody is making some kind of initiative. I've seen people have launched a series of lectures. Every day there is a lecture, and those lectures are being delivered by the best professors in the country for a particular subject. And all those video lectures, 1 hour each, they are being recorded, and they are saved in a particular maybe Facebook or some other tool, and anybody can really work on that. So there have been some challenges during COVID-19, but there have been a lot of opportunities, and I'm very happy that the teaching community, many times we always say that this is the business community who leads in innovations, but this is the time when teaching community came forward and really worked very hard to learn so many things, not only learn but use them, and use it for the benefit of their students. That shows their commitment towards their profession, also commitment towards their students also. As far as this situation is concerned, COVID-19 is concerned, say 1.3 million learners are out of face-to-face mode. They are sitting home. And when you are sitting at home, probably you need more engagement. Otherwise, there are going to be lot many emotional and mental traumas which you will face, and there's a lot of uncertainty also. When I'm saying uncertainty, like you can see how frequently we are changing the dates of examinations. We are not able to declare results of 10th class, 12th class, those who have to somehow take admissions after plus 2 examination, and all these things are really causing a lot of mental hazards in the minds of the learners. Not only that, university examination, UGC is time and again changing. Sometimes people say that it's going to be in July, examinations are going to be in July. Sometimes we say we are going to take examination for exit classes only. So everything is uncertain, and when everything is uncertain, probably there's a lot of anxiety also. But I think we need to learn to live with this, and during this time, uh, in addition to all these kind of anxieties and all these kind of pressures, there are so many things which government of India and teachers, they did at their own way. I know there have been a lot of initiatives by government of India, which they started taking even before COVID came. For example, you must have heard two things which are very important in the field of teaching, learning, and evaluation. One is Swim Prabha, and second is Swim Portal. Now, there have been a lot of online platforms also worldwide recognized, like you must have listened of them, like EDX is there. Similarly, Khan Academy is there, Coursera is there. These are some international platforms on which different universities of the world, like renowned universities of the world like Harvard and Cambridge, they have been launching their programs on these platforms. And these platforms, they were giving such a comprehensive way of presenting the content. Not only acquire knowledge, but to acquire competencies also, and to some extent acquire attitudinal changes also, attitudinal beliefs and modification also. I'm reminded, like all these platforms, they initially came with some objective of reaching to a lot of people with least cost, because in America or in these developed countries, education is not being supported by the parents. Higher education specifically, that is funded by the student themselves. So when the whole society, the whole government, they found that most of the students, they are under debt because of education loans, and then they thought of evolving some easy and cheaper ways to educate people, and then these platforms came. In India, probably what happened when we used to the students of India, they used to register themselves for international platforms. You see, what used to happen, sometimes there used to be the issues of accent. Sometimes the level of the student, those programs were designed for those students who are in developed countries. But when some developing country students, and specifically some interior rural area students, they are sitting and watching those programs, probably it was difficult for them to understand what they are speaking, and sometimes to keep the pace with those programs. So Indian government thought that this is going to be the future of the country's higher education system. So they thought of launching programs which are prepared by Indian academia, and that's why a lot of program came up. NPTL, they launched programs. Even one of the scheme of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission for Teachers and Teaching came, for designing online courses. You must have heard of that. That is NRC, National Resource Centers. Each university was given one area of their competence to develop online courses in a particular subject. And like GNDU did one NRC, and they developed online course on material science. So similarly, different universities came out with different online courses. And when these online courses, they are uploaded on Indian platform. Now this SWAYAM is an Indian platform on which Indian online courses, they are uploaded. Similarly, in teacher education also, in each and every subject, you'll have many online courses which you can learn by registering on a swim portal. You can just see which are the different programs, like what is the duration and what is the time of start of that duration, and you can enroll yourself into that free of cost. More like UGC is also trying that, they request the universities to adopt some of, or encourage their students to opt for some kind of online courses, so that there is some kind of blend, like you are teaching face to face, and when I'm teaching face to face, I'm also engaging some of my students into some programs which are online available. So I'm just reducing my efforts in the department and trying to give them a better exposure of the best kind of teachers around. So this is what one tool which during these days also Indian learners can make use of. Like, we can just see which are the courses which are very very similar to our syllabus. The head of the departments, they can always see which are the different courses which can be done through swim portal. Similarly, one more tool which is there in front of all of us, that is swim prabha. Like, in each subject you have some DTH channels, TV channels dedicated. For example, in teacher education, in my field, there are 4 DTH channels which are dedicated for the programs on teacher education only. Now you can go on website and see Swam Prabha and see teacher education, and then you can see that in each, like in this coming week, which are the topics which are going to be covered by international by national experts. And once you see that these are the 4 topics which are going to be covered today, those 4 lectures will be delivered on TV, not once but 4 times. So you can always schedule your time, like, if you're busy from this time to this time, you can schedule some other time of the day to see those videos. And through that tool, teacher, educators and student teachers, they can really make best use of this tool, when you are learning. Not only that, let me share some more initiatives of Government of India. NDL, National Digital Library. Now, this is one organization which is giving you a lot of e-content free of cost. I remember, like, we used to tell people that, millions of e-books are available freely on NDL website. You can always download them and use them as you desire. In COVID-19 timings, NDL has initiated one more initiative. They have written to different universities of the country, and they said, okay, if there is some teacher who has prepared some e-content related to any subject, they can share the link with NDL, and students and teachers, they can from NDL website, they can always see which are the e-content which are prepared by teachers during this COVID or pre-COVID, and which are of some use to Indian academia or learners of higher education in India. They can make use of it. Similarly, specifically because the College of Education who is running this program, I can share one more initiative of Government of India. Like, not Government of India basically, but Government of India directed its different stakeholders, different agencies to support learners during this COVID-19. This is a rare kind of opportunity which Government of India gave to different stakeholders. Like, InflipNet is doing a lot of work. Like, they are encouraging and giving remote access of a lot of e-resource which they are giving free of course to colleges and universities. Sometimes it was only available on India, like institutional IP addresses of computers, but these days they have given remote access to all their learners. And not only that, a lot of publishers, they gave remote access to the learners. You can freely download their books, which for which you used to pay earlier. Similarly, Government of India, they asked different agencies like Bar Council of India, AICTE, NCTE. Now, NCTE is basically an constitutional authority in the field of teacher education, National Council for Teacher Education. See what happened during COVID. let me initiate. This is a kind of case study which I can share because I was part of that whole process. NCT appointed a core committee, that core committee consisted of 4 5 professors of the country, and they said, like, you are delegated authority to develop e-content in OER format, open educational resources. So that core committee was requested that they can constitute further committees subject wise, in which different different professors, different experts of that field can be enrolled. They can be made a committee members or expert members. And when you are becoming an expert, for example, say psychology of learning, now there is one convener who is appointed by that core committee, and that expert, under that expert convener, 7 8 10 people expert in this area around the country, they were made members in that, and they were requested, see, this is a syllabus of B.Ed and M.Ed, try to develop OERs in that subject. And in this way, what happened, practically what happened, there were around 20 to 25 core committees. In each core committee there was a convener, and in each committee there were around 8 to 10 experts from the country, ranging from east to west, north, south, middle India. And the best experts, they designed video lectures, sometimes PPTs, sometimes say some e-content. And what NCT did, they also requested different organizations, those organizations who, out of the funding of Government of India, prepared some e-content. So they requested that this content be uploaded on NCT website. I'll give you a glimpse of the whole thing, which is now already done. All the e-content which was prepared by Indian teacher educators during COVID, sitting at home. So, developing a e-content, and then developing a PPT out of that e-content, and then developing a video out of that, that PPT, wherein teacher is also visible and students are also visible. Now, this work is done by Indian academia for the cause of learners in teacher education. And this all is being scrutinized by a quality team. And once it's scrutinized and improved, and copyright, all these issues are taken care, then all that content is uploaded on NCT website. Probably, I don't know how many of you know about this, that if you want to teach your learners, if you want to teach your students, you as teachers also, you can go on NCT website and see different topics, and you can always see how this is being taught, and then you can ask your students to go on that website and listen to those videos or something like that. How it can be done, I'll just give you a demo of that. I'm sharing the screen right now, and I'll just try to tell you how to do it, how you can make use of this resource. I think you are able to see my screen now. Can somebody confirm?
Yes, we
Yes.
can see.
Okay. I'm just opening NCT website right now in front of all of you. This everybody can do. This is NCT website, right? And in NCT website, what you can see is see, this is NCT website, and here there are recent announcements. Okay, if you see here, open educational resources, you just click here, and you'll find there'll be some 2-3 icons here. One would be OERs developed. These OERs, which are like here, you see OER developed, OER curated, OER of institutions oblique academic groups. This is what I told. For example, if Hindi Antarashtriya Vishwavidyalaya Wardha, if they created some e-content on teacher education, and that e-content is with the support of MHRD, if they have created that and they have uploaded on their website, link of this OER, which is created by Wardha University, that is there under this icon. Okay. Similarly, OER curated. If there were already OER, some YouTube lectures or something like that, some video lectures were there, and if somebody has made some modifications keeping in the syllabus, so those OERs are available here. And during COVID, the OERs which are developed by Indian teacher educators around the country, which are uploaded by them, and the NCT chairman Vineet Joshi is inaugurating this today, but they're all uploaded. I'll just click this now. Click this. OER developed by Indian teacher educators. Yes, now you see, these are different courses along with the course code. Adult education is there, assessment for learning and educational measurement and evaluation is there, childhood and growing up course, contemporary India and education and history of political economy, creating an inclusive school, curriculum studies, educational administration, educational technology and computer education. All these are different courses of teacher education. See, pedagogy of commerce, pedagogy of English, pedagogy of math, science, social science, philosophy of education, all these kind of things. See, these are different courses which are developed by, and how you can make use of it. I was, I was a coordinator of two papers. One was research methodology and academic writing, and second was learning and teaching. I'm just opening one paper just to show you how to make use of it. So I clicked educational research and academic writing. See, now you'll find a list of the topics here. See, ethnographic research. Who did it? Dr. Gopal Krishnan Thakur, Head, School of Education, Mahatma Gandhi Antarashtriya Hindi Vishwavidyalaya Wardha. He did it. And what he developed? He developed a video. Similarly, graphical representation of data. Who did it? Dr. Amit Kaur, Professor and Dean, Department of Education. Now, this is what he did in Hindi. Research meaning characteristics, types and scopes and paradigm shift. Who did it? Dr. Deepa Sikand. Variables. Who did it? Sarika Rai Sharma. Errors in research. Who did it? Madhuri Huda. Characteristics of good research. Who did it? Dr. Madhuri Huda. Then Yukti Sharma from CIE Delhi. Yogesh Sharma. Like that. So now these are different topics which are covered by different academia of the country. Now I'll just how you can make use of it. For example, graphical representation. I'm going to show or demo how you can see this graphical representation of data here. I click it. Now this is the video is uploaded on the website. I can click this. तो आप देखेंगे कि ये इसी तरह से यदि आप एथनोग्राफिक सर्च का देखना चाहते हैं तो यहाँ इसको आप देख सकते हो, ये भी एक वीडियो है। थोड़ा सा टाइम ले रही है ये प्रोसेस करने में। चलिए इसको इसको विल टेक इट ऑन separate time. Now, what I am trying to tell you here, see, on all the areas or courses of teacher education, you have a list of, then if you click that, you will have different lectures. And in different lectures, you can always see whether that e-content is in video form or audio form or PPT or e-content. Accordingly, the students, they can always make use of it. Not only students but teachers also can really make use of it, right? I stop sharing now. Let me come back to you. Yes. Now, this is not only done by teacher education. It is done by Bar Council of India also. This is done by Pharmaceuticals Council of India also. It is done by say AICT also. So, what I'm trying to say is, see the creativity of teachers and initiatives of teachers and the commitment of teachers, that Government of India is making a direction and a roadmap how we can really make quality e-content. And say, sitting at home, we never thought, when we were thinking of developing e-content earlier pre-COVID, we were giving one excuse or the other, that we don't have studios, we don't have script writers, you require so much of technical know-how for this, it's not that easy. But today, nobody taught me how to prepare a PPT. Nobody taught me which recording system, free recording system I'm going to make use of. Sitting at home, I took a decision that this is the platform which is freely available, and I can prepare my videos. I can zip them. I can upload them. I can edit them. All these things which I was thinking earlier that I needed some kind of training. Probably I was doing it without any training. So all these things, they came as a matter of opportunity to all of us in COVID-19. So in a problem, a challenge turned into opportunity. So today, when teachers are able to do it, organizations are able to do it. I tell you, many experiences which are done by teachers. Probably one thing which I have to say here, as a person who has undergone a lot of exercise into how to connect with students, in my classroom also, across the institution also, that we have been making a lot of efforts to connect with students. But probably one thing which is required today is that we somehow try to work on online tools in a comprehensive way, in a way which manages teaching learning. Till now, what we were doing is we were trying to communicate with our students. We are trying to communicate, to share the content. We were trying to communicate, to engage face to face with them, to somehow help satisfy their queries. Maybe sometimes 30 minutes free Zoom interaction, maybe sometimes through Google Meet, sometimes through Google, Microsoft Teams. But all that exercise was going in an isolated way. There's a need today that, because COVID-19, the effect of this is not going to end very soon. You would realize that, in coming times, we are not going to have the same kind of which used to have 80 students sitting in the class, and then the teacher is teaching, interacting face to face. Probably even if we are going to have classes, maybe we rotate classes. For 20 students we call Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and another 20-30 students. So within a class also we are having some rotation. We are also having rotation on, like like 1 week we'll call one class, another week we are going to have another class. So how we have to maintain social distances, how we have to take care of us, because you see the way in unlock one, how people have started moving and how government has given a lot of liberties, but crisis is not over. You see how number of infected people is increasing, multiplying, and there are projections that we are going to cross around 20 crores as far as corona infection is concerned, and every 5 out of 5, one would be very critical. When I'm saying all these things, these are all projections and anticipations, nothing to be worried about it. What we need to do is we need to really take care of ourselves. Every one of us needs to take care of ourselves. When we are moving out, are we touching anything around us? Are we maintaining social distancing? Are we making use of mask? Are we sanitizing our hands regularly? Are we washing our hands frequently? Are we eating quality food to improve our immunity? Are we doing some kind of yoga or exercise every day? So what I'm trying to say is that this corona issue is not going to end very soon, and that's why you must be knowing that government of India, earlier there was no change in the regulations as far as online education is concerned. Now government of India has allowed some institutions who are maybe some more than 3.01 GPA in NAC accreditation, they will be able to run online courses. Similarly, those who are in category 1 institutions, they'll be able to do it. So UGC is opening ways to some quality institutions to run online education courses. Not only that, because probably Indian system will take a lot of time to come on full-fledged online system. I'm no one who is supportive of the fact that you don't need face-to-face and 100% online would be very effective. No, I think teachers interaction, face-to-face interaction is very important for developing a holistic development of the learner. But still, there has to be some kind of engagement, which is some kind of blend of online and offline. So when we are not able to come to face, at least for some time we are online, and then we can schedule in rotation some classes which are face to face. So which is known as blended learning, blend of online and offline learning. And within that blend, we can really experiment on flip learning. We can always experiment on different types of rotations. It could be session work session rotation, it could be pedagogy rotation, it could be a small group to computer lab, to mentored system, to 1 to 50 students interaction. So different combinations, how different combinations can really help us to improve higher orders of thinking skills, not only memorizing or understanding, but after understanding, you are extending to application, you are extending to analysis, synthesis, and creating. So the objectives which we were not able to achieve in face-to-face mode, this is a time, this is an opportunity for all of us, wherein we can make use of ICT, and we can flip our classrooms, like giving the knowledge aspect, giving the understanding aspect or application aspect through ICT mode, by giving I've just recorded my videos and uploaded on NCT website. Similarly, I can record my videos and share it through Google Drive to my students, and when they are able to listen to that, and then I can pose some questions on say Google Classroom. I can create a Google Classroom wherein I can enroll all my students, and as a teacher I can make announcements there, I can ask questions, and students can respond on that. So every like each one's response is visible to every student and to me also. I can enroll my head of the department in that group also, so that he or she can keep on seeing what I'm sharing with the students and how I'm interacting with the students. And through that platform only, I can schedule my Google Meet, I can have interaction. So through one platform, I can, through Google Classroom only, I can share my videos, I can share my e-content, I can share my, I can create different kind of assessment techniques, MCQs, maybe assignments, and those assignments can be evaluated online. All this thing. Now, this is what I was sharing earlier, that presently teachers, they are using different ICT tools in isolation. What's required is that we come on one platform where we are able to create e-resources, we are able to create and generate videos, we are able to have face-to-face online interaction on one platform, and we are able to give feedback on their assessment techniques. So when you are able to do it on one platform, probably you are creating a virtual classroom. You are creating a virtual classroom where all your students are available, you are available, your head of the department could be available, and even you can enroll different teachers who are teaching same students. For example, I'm teaching MA education classes, and MA education classes are being taught by 4 more teachers. So what I can do is, when I'm creating my classroom, Google Classroom, I can be a teacher and I can enroll 4 more teachers into that, and 30 students in that Google Classroom, and I can enroll my head of the department as an administrator in that Google Classroom. And now see, my head of the department, my co-partners teaching a particular class, and all my students, they are on one platform, wherein when I share some content, is shared to all immediately. I need not share independently one by one. No, I have to share it on Google platform, and then Google Classroom platform, and it's automatically is going to everybody. Everybody is free to read at their own time, pace, and then comment on it. When those comments are coming, everybody is able to see those comments. I can always comment on their comments, so that I see that their learning is going in the right kind of direction. Similarly, you have another platform like Moodle, which is again a free software, and which is a very important and very relevant learning management system. In that, I can always create courses. Like, if I create a course wherein I give the syllabus, and for every aspect, every unit, and every topic is there in my my web portal, and I can give access as I want. Like, if I want access of first chapter to all my students, I can give a setting to that on such and such date, the access of this material will be given to all the students. And I can always create a e-assessment, and then I can schedule it that on such and such date, the students will be able to give the announcement to the students, and students will be able to see my assessment questionnaire. So and this Moodle, this is a very interesting tool, like where you can share a lot of e-content with them, all your course, structured course, and structured assessment techniques. Not only assessment techniques, but once the assessment is done, it evaluates, and evaluates not as a generic evaluation, but specific evaluation. For example, when the evaluation is done, it gives a feedback, individual feedback. Like if a student, one student, it'll tell that the first student is not good in these areas, but is very good in these topics. So this Moodle platform will be able to give individual feedback to individual students and to the teacher, so that teacher can arrange some kind of differential remedial programs for different learners. So it ensures that every student is getting the best benefit of teaching learning process. It is not that I teach, and if a student is intelligent, he scores higher, and if the student is not that intelligent, it scores lower, and there is no responsibility on the teacher. We just say that if somebody gets 50, so he learned up to that marks. So I don't take the responsibility why is getting 50. So I ensure that everybody is getting at least up to 90% marks. Now this system, learning management system Moodle, can really make a support to me as a teacher, when it can help me that which student is not able to understand which aspect of the content. So ICT has got a lot of potential. Only thing is that we as teachers need to know about those potential, and need to learn the ICT tools which can help me to become an effective teacher in an online mode, because online pedagogy is altogether online pedagogy is not the same pedagogy as we have in face to face. So as a teacher, till now what we were doing, we were just experimenting the use of ICT tools. And when I'm saying that, we were experimenting, it means see, I'm aware about few tools, so I'm using them. Somebody tells me some other tool, I experiment on that. But now is the time, when we have to really think that we have to come in a blended mode, and UGC is coming with some kind of regulations to bring higher education in a blended mode. Then, as teachers, I need to be trained to make use of these learning management systems and different ICT tools where I can really maximize learning. Not only maximize learning in terms of understanding or application, but in terms of competencies also, because there are so many professional courses. Like we have a challenge in teacher education, we have a challenge today how to conduct internship in an online mode. And it's not a question that we are conducting online mode, but internship has its own objective. And objective is that I'm able to formulate right kind of questions, I'm able to ask questions in the appropriate manner, I'm able to provide stimulus variation to my students, I'm able to make use of lecturing as a strategy, I can make use of mock parliament as a strategy, I can make use of demonstration, laboratory method, inductive method, deductive method. So I get training in different kind of methodologies in internship program. Similarly, I'm able to conduct case studies. I'm able to prepare action research projects. All these things, for all these things, I think internship was a platform. How we are going to structure internship during lockdown time, when the students are not available, school students are not going to allow you to enter into their schools even if they open for a long time. So now there is a time that we have to really structure our and redesign our internship, which could be really helpful in online mode. So you know at present uh, when we are in a different kind of situations, which is a new situation to all of us. We had an opportunity to learn and equip ourselves, and I feel that Indians, they are very adaptive, especially people from North India, Punjab state, Haryana state, Himachal state, UP. All these are very progressive people. Um we are not to think negative, we are to think positive, because negativity will not help us. Positivity and our commitment, this is the time we have to show and exhibit that we are not only committed to ourselves, to only our subject, not only our profession, but we are committed to the society in general, we are committed to our country. We have deep faith in excellence, we have deep faith in human values. This is the time as teachers we need to exhibit that. There could be so many ways to make use of it. Google Drive is one way we can really collaborate and cooperate. This is the time when like initially we were thinking about cooperative learning studies. This is the time when we can really make use of it. What I'm trying to say that this is a tough time, and tough time comes with a lot of challenges, and a lot of challenges, they really help us to be innovative, aggressive to attend to it. I remember one of the prominent educationists of Punjab, Dr. D.R. Vij, late Dr. D.R. Vij. I remember one of his couplet which he used to share many times, and I enjoyed listening to this couplet a lot. He used to say, हिलागर वो हिलागर हैं जो मजबूरियां शुमार करें. Let me translate, let me communicate the meaning of it. वो हीलागर मीन्स बहानेबाज, जो लोग मजबूरियां काउंट करते हैं, शुमार मीन्स काउंट करते हैं, जो मजबूरियां कि ऐसा नहीं कर पाए क्योंकि ये प्रॉब्लम थी, ऐसा नहीं कर पाए क्योंकि ये प्रॉब्लम थी, मैं ये काम नहीं कर पाया क्योंकि ये प्रॉब्लम थी, वो हीलागर है जो मजबूरियां शुमार करें। चिराग हमने जलाए हैं हवा के होते हुए। So, best of luck to all the teachers and teacher community to face the difficult times, and which are coming with difficult, lot of opportunities also for us to learn and exhibit that we are the ones who are in true sense nation builders. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for such an informative and wonderful session. Sir, the way you have provided us the information regarding the new strategy teachers should follow during this pandemic period, I hope all these information would be useful to all the participants who are attending this session. Thank you, sir.
Madam, may I request something? Hello? Madam, आवाज आ रही है? Can you hear me?
हाँ जी, आ रही है? Yeah, yes, sir, I can hear you.
ਹਾਂ ਮੈਮ, ਮੇਰੀ ਨਾ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਵਾਈਵਾ ਲੈਣਾ ਮੈਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਿੱਚ, ਤੇ ਮੇਰੀ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸ਼ਡਿਊਲ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਕੋਟਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ, ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰੀ ਟਰਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ? ਡਾਕਟਰ ਗਰੋਵਰ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛ ਲਓ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਕਨਵੀਨੀਅੰਟ ਹੈ।
Sir, just wait. I will call sir and I will confirm you within a moment. Just wait, sir.
Maybe he might also be listening at the moment. Maybe.
मैम मेरा FDP चल रहा है and I have scheduled this with very difficulty. My FDP is going on and there are 900 participants in that FDP. That is the problem, sir. Otherwise, I can do that. But that is the second last session and Dr. Mathili from IGNU is going to give the lecture. So I have to host that at 12:30.
Okay, sir. चलो ठीक है सर, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰੋ ਫਿਰ, no problem.
ठीक है, thank you, sir. Thank you.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਵਜੇ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੋਂ? ਅੱਧਾ ਘੰਟਾ ਲੱਗਾ? You will take how much time, sir?
Sir, 11 तो 12 बजे तक का टाइम है, मैंने लगता 12 बजे तक का टाइम है मैडम।
ठीक है सर, ठीक है।
हाँ जी सर।
ओके सर, ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम। गुड मॉर्निंग सर। वैसे एकदम गल शुरू होगी, मैं क्या गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
गल
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
शुरू होगी ना। चलो ठीक है सर,
कोई गल नहीं सर, नो इशू।
हाँ,
इट्स गुड।
Our next spokesperson is Dr. Jatinder Grover, Dean Faculty of Education, Punjab University, Chandigarh. He has more than 19 years of experience in teaching and research. Professor Grover has presented many papers in national and international seminars and conferences. He has published more than 40 research papers in reputed journals. Dr. Grover is also serving for Government of India funded project School of Education at Punjab University under Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission for Teachers and Teaching as coordinator. He is also visiting team member of NCT since 2016. Now I invite sir to share his views on today's topic.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Principal Mahal and the management of the Anand College of Education, Amritsar. I want to share my screen. Can you guide me because I'm using this first time? That is,
So you can share the screen. There's an option at the bottom of your laptop.
it is asking. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes.
No.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
This is my screen, I think so.
Yeah. Right.
You can see this?
He's able to share the screen?
Hello.
Yes, sir, we can see this.
Is this visible? There is writing, is e-learning a viable solution to the COVID-19 education crisis in India?
Yes,
Can
sir,
you
it's
see this?
visible. Yes, sir.
Yes, it is very visible, visible.
Also, thank you. Thank you for inviting me for the lecture. My dear friend, Professor Amit has elaborated very well on that one is the various tools related to this online learning. We are organizing an FDP on managing virtual classroom and open education resources. And there are 900 participants from different universities and different states. Those are participating in that. So friends, I'm a strong believer that technology can't replace teacher. So I will start with this, but due to COVID-19, there is a drastic change in our lifestyle, and there are new norms, including in the field of education. We have to wear the mask, we have to use the sanitizer, we have to restrict the movement, and there are new norms related to marriage functions, funerals, everything has changed now. And same thing is that is in the field of education, there is a lot of change because schools closed overnight, students were liberated from schools but confined to their homes, and parents had to grapple with keeping children productive at home. There has been a huge surge on the internet that everyone is searching the phrases like how to teach online, best online teaching platform, online teaching tools, and online teaching techniques. Previously in the colleges, when we ask the teachers that are you doing anything on related to online education, the answer was that I am using PowerPoint presentation only. So we are, before COVID-19, we were considering that PowerPoint presentation is the ultimate thing related to that one is online education, or that one is technology, or though not online, that is technology based education. But now teachers who are intimidated, who have a fear to use that technology, have to take the bull by the horns. For many of my colleagues, which when we interact with them, those say, "Our technology mere vas di gal nahi hai." So those nowadays, those are attending our courses and those are asking me again and again to arrange the course, that is how to use the Moodle, how to use the Google Classroom, how to use different learning management systems, how to give lecture on the Zoom, how to give lecture on the WebEx, or how to use Microsoft Team, or this one that one is Google Meet, Google Suite. Those are trying that, and that is a good thing that our teachers are not allowing the technology to replace them. They are doing hard work to have an idea of use of technology in the classroom so that those can interact with the students and the teachers. So first thing is, there is under COVID-19 that it has disrupted the whole academic year, cancelled classes and examinations across the country. But there is a debate whether the increased amount of screen time helps pupils to learn, or it is hindering their progress, and it is blocking their progress. That is the main reason that we are discussing at different platforms, that is how to decrease the screen time and how to make your online lessons interactive, and that one is that is interactive and motivating, so that we can make the students learn through dialogue. So everybody during this COVID time is feeling that like a house of cards, card tower or card castle, that it can that one is end at any time, because at every step, because in Chandigarh, in Punjab University, from the last 2 days there are 3 cases are there, and everybody is feeling threat that how to move to the department. Previously we are going to the departments and giving lectures from the department to our students, but now their time is changing. So everybody is under threat, everybody is under dilemma, that is how to counter these problems. Now government, it is the news of June 25th, 2020, that there will be no exams, that the exams will be cancelled. So students are in dilemma how to take the exams, how to give the exams, and teachers are in dilemma how to take the exams. Universities have prepared their schedules. That is exam dates are scheduled. That is Punjab University or Amritsar University has given the schedule. But yesterday, uh, the Chief Minister of Punjab has declared that there will be no exams up to 15 July. So again, the students are in dilemma and teachers are in dilemma. That is how the session will start and when we will be able to eat, when we will be able to meet each other in the classrooms. Some online COVID solutions adopted in India after COVID-19. That is, first thing is to provide notes and content related to the courses to students through email and WhatsApp, etc. That one is the best solution. That one is made adopted by the teachers for interacting the students or sending the material to the students. Then interactions through phone, that is also adopted. Some private institutes are using the facilities related to MS Team, Cisco WebEx, Zoom, etc., Google Meet, Google Suite, and this new thing I'm using today. That one is with the courtesy of Anand College. That there are other platforms that other universities or colleges are using, and some NGOs and institutions have recorded video lectures of teachers and upload them on YouTube or similar platforms. Like Amiji has told that NCT has made that one is has done a good work in that regard and made some video lessons that those are available on the website of the NCT to help the students to learn in this problematic times. But friends, my question is that there are four concerns of students and teachers. Majority of you maybe agree with me. The first and foremost is the non-availability of desktop and laptop to the participants and as well as the teachers, because when this COVID-19 event happened and there was lockdown, I know majority of my colleagues don't have the laptops at that time at their home, because those are using the laptops in the department, and it is closed one, and those are not able to carry the laptops at their home. And there was and majority of them don't have that one is good bandwidth at their home, because in university there is departmentals, there is university that one is internet facilities there, and at the home we are using that one is hotspot from that one is our phone or something else, and very low connectivity is there in the homes. So how do those can interact with the students, and how do those can that one is guide the students? That was the major reason at that time. Now non availability of internet connectivity after that one is completion of lockdown, then people have made the arrangements. Many of our colleagues have purchased new laptops for their kids, because the kids are being guided on their laptops, and those have arranged for the internet connections. But in the rural areas and in the backward areas, there is non-availability of internet, and there is non-availability of desktop, laptop. In the today's Tribune newspaper, there is a news that the mazdoors, the laborers, the daily wages are purchasing the mobile phones from the market, old phones from the market, smartphones from the market, to help their kids, so that those can learn from the lectures given by the teachers in schools. So that is another thing, that's another problem for those kids, for those families. More than 60% students are in government schools, and those are from low socioeconomic strata, and we have to take care about them. Then technical skills of teachers, that matters a lot. What we are doing is this online learning. We are teaching on the phone. That is, friends, that is not the online learning. That is a different type of thing, that we are interacting with them through the phone, but that is not a online learning, because on the phone you can't use the various that one is apps to interact with the teacher, to ask the question to the teacher, to to make good lessons on the teacher, or to make the assignments on the phone. So it is through mobile learning is not a that one is e-learning, or not is it, it's a good learning. But we are using this, majority of the students are using these smartphones for that one is listening the lectures of teachers only. There is no two-way communication. There is a one-way communication. The teacher is giving the information, and students may note that or may not note that. That is happening in majority of the cases in India. Then there is, I am showing this news item of Jharkhand. In Jharkhand, that is a very backward area, because Jharkhand students have no access to virtual classes. So lessons on loudspeakers are given. Teacher is sitting at a distance place, and in the whole village, like in Punjab, in Gurdwaras, there is a mic system, there is a speaker, and teacher sits in the Gurdwara or some religious place like that in Jharkhand, and giving lecture to the students, and the whole village is listening that what is going on. So this is a type of, that is a new innovation made by those poor people to guide their students. But this is again not a virtual classroom teaching or online teaching, because again here is one-way communication. So we have to learn the techniques to how to give how to use the virtual classroom, and how to provide facilities to the downtrodden or the poor students, so that those can learn, those can access those facilities. Maybe some computer lab, maybe some laptop, maybe some TV, television, maybe some radio, so that there is a proper scheduling that is those can learn with that. Then there is Cambridge University have declared that until summer of 2021 there will be online lectures only. So we have to see, are we prepared for this type of challenge? Are our teachers, majority of the participants are from the B.Ed colleges, friends, are we prepared for this type of interaction, or for this type of lecturing, or for this type of study? So I say that NCTs, I appreciate the steps taken by NCT, ICT, UGC, but we are not prepared for that, because majority of our teachers don't know about the learning management systems of online. What are the different learning management systems? We can say we can use Google Classroom. In Google Classroom, there are 4 things that we have to do. That is there is content, that is there is how to develop the e-content, then how to upload the videos and pictures to make the lesson interactive, and how to manage the discussion forum, and how to do the evaluation at the end. So we have to make our teachers aware, then make them technically sound to use that techniques. So for that, our curriculum of B.Ed and ED is to be revised, that in our technology paper there should be no things like that. There should be some basic things like program learning, this and that, but we are teaching that is how to use the LCD projector, how to use overhead projector. Those are now obsolete things. We have to incorporate, that is what is Google Classroom, what is learning management systems of online, what is Moodle, how to do that, how to maintain a discussion forum, how to do how to make a blog, a discussion forum, how to use this Mentimeter, how to use different techniques, different open education resources for developing e-lessons. So our concern should be, that is Khan Academy is doing a wonderful job in the time of COVID-19 to developing free online education courses. Their motto is, let's teach for mastery, not test scores. What we are doing using this mobile teaching, or this loudspeaker teaching, that is we are making them to pass the course, so that if there is any test, so those people get there was a term minimum levels of learning, that is those got the idea of, that is what are the minimum levels of learning, those learn those things and those can pass the course. But our friends, the motive of our teaching should be mastery, not test scores. And for that, we have to use the best tools. That is, for phishing, One of my friends shared this picture with me that for fishing, if the tools are good, then we get lot of fish. We can catch lot of fish from the sea. But if the tools are not good, if the kanda or that was net is not good, then we can't get the fish. So for getting good gain, for making that, for giving the students good education, we have to use good tools of education. So for that we have not to make our system automatic, because technology can't replace teachers, because for learning and teaching human connectivity is required. If there is no human connectivity may be that one is physical, one to one, face to face, or it may be at a remote place. But we should have a two-way communication, so that we can talk, we can learn from each other, we can interact, we can discuss. And for that we have to re-strategize our existing education system, teaching procedures and pedagogy, so that we can interact with each other to learn the things. But more than anything, the online classrooms have brought up the issues of classroom management. There are many issues of classroom management, because I'm getting so many calls from my colleagues, that is how to manage this software, how to manage this Zoom class, or how to manage this WebEx class, because it is very difficult to manage the students in the class, because anybody can unmute himself or herself, or anybody can share, because in free software nowadays we are using the free software, chahe WebEx hai, chahe that one is Google Meet hai, anybody can share his or her screen. Because in the last FDP, we have organized the last FDP on physical education during the lockdown. We have done that on Google Suite, but in Google Suite control was not there. Anybody can share the screen, anybody can, that one is unmute himself or herself, and there is a problem. Now we are that one is holding this FDP of 900 people. In that, nobody can unmute himself or herself, but there are other features there. There are other platforms, there are other windows that you can put your question, and we can the speaker can give the answers. And there is a chat also, that is a different type of discussion form. The two facilities are given, and our teachers have to be aware, that is how to share the screen, how to use those facilities of question answer, how to give the time for question answer, and how to answer the chat. Those things are there. Now WebEx has given a new feature. We are using a demo version of that is a free version given to our university for 1 month. We are using that, and in this FDP there is one more feature given to us, that we can check how much screen time. If I am showing you this that one is PPT, if you are that one is enrolled in my lecture, for how much time you are visualizing, you are seeing this CD, this presentation, or you are listening to me, that is attentive, inattentive. That is for every candidate, for every participant, there will be a time that if suppose this lecture is of 30 minutes, out of 30 minutes, how many minutes you have been attentive to this site, how much time you are attentive to my lecture, how many times you responded. So those techniques, because those people are doing research in these areas, to expand the attention time, to increase the attention span of the students. So that is, we can check them, we can follow them, we can give them the feedback that you are not listening, you are not attentive, or you are attentive. So these type of things are there, given in these new, that one is paid versions of these WebEx or Zoom. That one is online tools for delivery of lectures on feel free. That one is on web. There is everything available, everything is available, but you have to search what you want to search, that you have to make your search on the website, on the Google. That one is objective based, what you want to do, because there are so many technologies, there are so many, that one is platforms by which you can make your lessons interactive, and you can do online your you can do online your evaluation also. There is I have something for you. that is menti.com. If you can do that, go on menti.com, please. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, yes, you are audible. Yes.
Please go on Menti. Please fill URL www.menti.com and use this code to answer 2 of my questions. Have you gone on menti.com? How many of you? There is one question. How much you aware about open education resources? Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir,
Hello.
you're audible. Sir, you're
So
audible.
then please ask the participants to go on menti.com and use this code 813404 to answer 2 questions.
All the participants go to menly.com and use the code 813404.
Yes, I've got 1 response, 2 responses. This is a free software, that is mentimeter.com. You can use this software for getting responses from your students. That is what those have learned. There are 5, 6, 7 options, things are there, and there are different type of questions there that you can ask them. That is like this, that multiple choice question type may be there, that you can type the question and you send them the code, and those have to answer. That those are very much aware about this thing, and what they have learned. You can ask them specific questions, because here I'm doing a survey only. There you can put the exact questions. What is the correct question? There are so many options there. And there is a Padlet.com. There is another software, Padlet.com, Pedlet, Padlet.com. With that you can interact with a remote learner on the screen. That there are options. You can, if suppose in the beginning, if you want to, we use the skill of starting of the lesson. I forgot that skill. That is starting of the lesson. That is how introducing the lesson. That is how to introduce the lesson. You have to ask the questions. Suppose I want to teach you about the open education resources. Then for OER, on the Padlet.com, I will ask you that in 2 minutes, write what you think about that one is open education resources. Then you will give the response with your names, and I will get an idea what my audience is able to do that. What is the level of my audience? Because here I've got, you can see this, that is, I've got 12 responses till the time. That is 6 very much know about the open education resources, 5 somewhat, 1 not at all. So that means I'm getting the response that how much my clientele is knowledgeable related to various things of open education resources. That is MOOCs or other things. You can put those type of questions there. As teachers and students, we are facing the problems to manage the virtual classrooms, online interactions, and uses of open education resources for developing content in user-friendly mode. Because it is easy to say that we can give lecture on Zoom or this WebEx or some that one is this type of online delivery platform, but it is very difficult to maintain the attention of the students, to make them into the lecture. Because in a physical setting, in physical classroom, it's very difficult. But there we have the control, because there is eye to eye contact, and teacher can see the students, what the students are doing. But in a remote classroom, you have no control on the students. Then students can on the screen, and he may be in the kitchen, he may be out of the house, out of that room, out of that house, but screen is going on. But you are taking that students are doing work. Then you have to use these type of techniques. Padlet.com, mentimeter.com. There are so many other things available on the net, on the Google. that you can use these techniques to interact in between to your students, because there is a software in the Google Classroom. We can use it software, that there is a software Plotagon is there, that you can make you can develop the lessons, you can develop animations with those. There is I am giving you that we have made this. We have made this for some that one is lesson in the starting, and we learn this technique. This
Yes, we shall see. I have also heard about the lockdown. So what plans to hold our next Calvin workshop on blocks? You tell what can should we organize an online? Yes, great idea. Called Zoom for online teaching. That's so what are we waiting for? So I will take all necessary measures.
so these type of things you can do that to make your lesson interactive one. Are we prepared for this virtual classroom teaching? Because there are open education resources. How many of us are not very much aware about the different open education resources, that there are so many things available, that is content, there is pictures, videos, there is questions, there is quizzes, there is a free free website quizzes.com. You can make a quiz for your students, and that is free, and you can use that quiz for every question. You get an idea, that is how much item difficulty of this question is, and how much discrimination index of this question is. That is, we are using that for that one is making that one is achievement test. So those type of features are there in those open education resources, and you can use those open education resources for making your teaching learning, that is virtual learning. That is, from now we are moving from classroom learning to virtual classroom learning, and you can make your virtual classroom learning like a physical classroom learning. Because when you are interacting with the students at different intervals, that is after 10 minutes, because in an online medium, the continuous delivery should not be more than 10 minutes. If it is more than 10 minutes, then person will, because internet is in our hand, mouse is in our hand, and we can explore the other sides, because having education is very difficult. Then there are open coursewares are there. You can find, if you want to learn about educational psychology. Suppose if you want to learn about this software mentimeter.com, how to that means develop question on mentimeter.com, you need not to come to me. You have to put how to use Mentimeter. Then you will get so many videos on the Google Baba, that you come to know that how you can use it. But only thing, you have to concentrate, you have to follow the instructions to use that. Then there are MOOCs courses, massive open online courses are there, that is under SWAYAM. You think about anything from modern mysticism to biotechnology to that one is this Google, Plotagon, that one is Canva, any software for our anything, any subject, you can find courses on that. Then there is virtual classroom. There is totally different. There are two terms, flipped classroom and virtual classroom. We are doing research on flipped classroom, but we are not using the flipped classroom activities as it is. We have to follow now flipped classroom, that we have to give the activity to the students in advance, and after that students come into the class with the questions, and there will be an interaction, there will be discussion. Then how to maintain interactivity in virtual classrooms, I've shared some points with you. Then testing and evaluation, there are so many techniques of doing testing and evaluation, because it is very difficult to do descriptive, what type of testing we are doing in B.Ed, M.Ed, or in master degree, or that means bachelor degree. We are taking only long answer type questions, or in our entrance test there are multiple choice questions are there. There are three options there, that is, you have to either give short answer type questions to them, and second one is 2-tier and 3-tier MCQs. And I'll explain shortly what are 2-tier and 3-tier MCQs. In 2-tier MCQs, that is, I've given you the 4 options, that is which one is the correct answer. Suppose you have done that one is ticked the correct answer B, then you have to explain in the last, that is second tier, in the second part of that question, that why you have chosen B, why you have not chosen A, C and D. Then if it is 3 tier, then after 3 tier you have to give another answer, that how this, from where you have learned this, which book you have referred, or which author you have referred, or how do you make this conclusion. So these type of questions give us an idea about the knowledge base of the students, and it will decline the rote learning, because in MCQs, in objective type questions, there is rote learning type of thing, that is there is so many that one is problems that we can make a hint, we can do randomly, that is we put A, we get the answer. So these type of thing can be checked if we use these type of techniques for testing and evaluation. I'm sharing this picture with you, that this is a classroom of Curtin University, Perth, Australia. But our classrooms are not like that, because in our classroom, we are facing only to teacher. Here, the students are facing to each other, and teacher is facilitator there. Those people are already using the blended mode of teaching, that you are using the that one is this laptop or desktop, and again you are interacting with each other. Teacher is there to instruct you, or teacher is there to guide you, teacher is there to facilitate you. But we are not using that. If we want to change, because now it is an opportunity to change, because the whole world is using ICT for learning and teaching, but we are not using that. But from now we have to use that. Whosoever is saying that we are not in favor of technology, or we are in favor of technology, everybody has to come into the stream, because UGC MHRD is making guidelines, that is how much content should be given through ICT. And if this problem of corona goes on for 6 months or 7 months, then everybody who is not an ardent supporter of this ICT or technology, and who is cribbing technology, those people will definitely come under the umbrella of ICT education, because there is no other way out for us. So friends, we are OER for teachers for collaboration, that is Google Docs, Google Drive, Google Hangouts. Majority of our students are doing research in these days, and those are collecting data through Google Form. I've asked them to collect the data through Google Form, because there is no other way out to interact with the students. There is MS Teams, SlideShare, Minecraft, and there is this PowerPoint presentation has given another feature. If you go on the PowerPoint, if you click on the slideshow, there is slideshow recording, that you can record your slideshow and you can send to the student through WhatsApp. There is no extra bandwidth needed for a student to see your lecture, and it is type of classroom environment, because in class, when we are using the PPTs and giving the lecture, that type of thing is there, that your lecture will be automatically recorded on your laptop through this PowerPoint presentation. You don't need any hi-fi camera or hi-fi mics to do that. With the laptop you can do those things, and with the smartphone you can also do those things, because in smartphone camera is there, and this one is a recorder is there. So with the phone or laptop you can do those things. For animating your messages, Plotagon, Powtoon, Prezi, Blender, there are so many free softwares. The Screencastify, Screencast-O-Matic, Loom, Camfree, Audacity, Filmora. These are the various free softwares that we can use to make our lessons interesting and interactive. But need is we have to learn about these sources. We need not to collect only certificates. We have to get the knowledge, we have to acquire the knowledge, and then we have to apply that knowledge to do the things, to achieve the target. There is a doha by Kabir ji, jin khoja tin paya. That one is gehre pani pet, main bapura but bud andar raha kinare bet. That is jin khoja tin paya. Who will do work? That is, who will do effort? Only those will find the things. And you need only a basic idea about OER, about the virtual classroom. Everything is available on this internet, and if you have that one is the urge to learn, you can learn the things from this Google Baba. So thank you for inviting and listening me. Thank you. Any questions from your side, please? Hello. Yes, any questions, please? If there is any question.
So no question has been mentioned in the chat yet.
In chat, this is Jaspreet Samra, like experimental problem solving learning. I could not get what she is saying. So friends, my only request to you is that you learn these things, you explore the things, then you can make your lessons informative and ask. I'm doing efforts that our syllabi of educational technology need to be revised, restructured, so that our students, our future teacher educators, future teachers can learn how to use these techniques of online education for delivering lectures and making the lesson informative and this one and interactive. Thank you. Thanks for inviting me. Thanks to the principal and management of the college. Best wishes. Be safe. Take care and be safe. Thank you.
Thanks, sir, for such a wonderful session. So you have quoted that technology cannot replace teachers is a true statement. It's really a fact that teachers are doing a lot of hard work to overcome the challenge of online teaching. You have provided an idea how we can get student feedback in virtual classroom. Thank you for such an informative session.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our next eminent speaker is Dr. Bikramjit Singh Hundal. He is a professor at University Business School, Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar. Professor Hundal has more than 35 years of experience in teaching and research. He has attended more than 80 seminars and conferences at national and international level. Dr. Hundal has published many books and research papers. He is a panel member of NAC team. Professor Hundal is also a member of editorial team. He is also alumni in charge of University Business School, Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, and member of many more panels. Now I invite Sir to share his views on today's topic.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome, sir.
We have listened to Dr. Cortes and Dr. Grover, very learned speakers, and especially they are from the education field. Of course, we are all in education, but they are basically in the subject of education, and my subject is management, and I teach marketing. So they have given all the facts and all the technical parameters which will affect the education system, especially technology and software and internet and companies coming into the picture. But my focus will be more on general management of education. Okay. First of all, I thank Principal Madam of Anand College and the college itself for organizing and inviting me to be the guest speaker or the resource person. And in the brochure of this seminar, I saw one line that this Anant College was founded on the birthday of our respected Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, and that is a very that heartened me. That gave me a very positive feeling that this college was opened on the birthday of Dr. Radhakrishnan, who was our who was our president, and the more interesting thing is that he was a teacher who became president of India. So it is very apt to open a college on the birthday of a teacher who later rose to be the vice chancellor of a university. He taught in the university and then he became the president of a country, our country. Uh, One thing, another which is coming to my mind is that he wrote one book of a very small, brief book on. The name of the book was The Hindu, and in that I will not go into details. He said that Hinduism is a philosophy of a way of life, a philosophy, and a way of life, and that book was banned in Saudi Arabia. Uh, because they feared that this book will influence the people of their country and other Muslim countries, Islamic countries. First of all, I will touch upon this thing that the education which we are imparting in colleges, in universities, in schools, uh, that is, I won't say it is our duty or something like that, or we should be thinking in terms of survival or profits, because whenever we register our any school or any college or any institution, maybe it's a engineering college or a management college or a B.Ed college or any college, we register it under the Societies Act. And in the Societies Act, we know when we make a society that it is a no profit, no loss society. And then when these things are happening, COVID is there, people are talking about surplus and profits. That should not be there because you cannot take the surplus out. It has to be carried over to the next year. And but we know that how the things are in, especially I know because Punjab Technical University people send me to different colleges for inspections, and I always ask them that show me the salary details or the Aadhaar card numbers or this that for so that teachers are paid what they are saying that we are paying them. And if they're paying less, we always put a condition that you should pay according to university norms. But then again, things happen in majority of the cases, not in all cases, that teachers are paid less, which should not be the case because if, say, you look around at any college, you look around all the colleges in Amritsar or anywhere, these private institutions which have come up in a big way, they have a number of acres of land and they have a number of rooms and halls and everything, and the investment is huge. After putting so much of investment, why they have put it? I don't know because they were put that investment under the Societies Act where profit is not to be. So this is basically a philanthropic, moral, or whatever you call it, duty of the some groups of people to give education and come into the education sector. Now, they don't take the money out as such, but they buy expensive cars, they buy expensive things in the names of colleges, and they pay the teachers less. Now, here they are like, ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੈਰ ਤੇ ਆਪੇ ਕੁਹਾੜੀ ਮਾਰਨ ਵਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ because if you are not paying well to the teachers, ultimately the institution will not going to make any reputation. And the pay of the teachers, if you calculate it, is the percentage of the cost of pay to the teachers is very less as compared to the investments in infrastructure and other things. But there they invest because they think that this is our property, and they do not invest in teachers in terms of sending them to seminars or in terms of pay and in terms of retaining them. They're paying them
Doctor, you have muted yourself. Kindly unmute.
Hello?
Yeah, it's okay, doctor.
Uh, should I start from the beginning?
No, sir, it's audible earlier.
Okay, okay. So it is basically the institutions should invest in teachers. They should be paid more. Only then the teacher will be motivated to not leave the institution. Turnover will be less, and that teacher will be committed to the institution, and that commitment will lead to a reputation in the long run, and the institution will thrive, not only survive. But this is one thing. Now, this COVID has is related to the word disruption. Disruption has always happened during wars. The disruption happens in the First World War. Disruption happened in Second World War. The disruptions happened. The British and the Europe. After this disruption, USA rose. USA, the economy of the USA became number one economy. In the industry of USA exploded, and the income levels of the United States exploded, and these countries they were disrupted. Similarly, in technology, there are disruptions like uh, mobile phone is the smartphone. Mobile phone is the biggest disruption. It has disrupted the camera industry. It has disrupted many other industries, even scanners, everything. The demand is less. So now another disruption which is going to happen and is happening is the electric engines, which batteries, if cheaper batteries come, this diesel engines, petrol engines, they will be, the demand is going to be less in the coming years and they will be history after some time. Similarly, COVID has disrupted our education system and uh, it has really disrupted, and we are not, the students are not going physically to the colleges, and this disruption, there are always good points, and there is a what we call silver lining also, that we have started using technology. Frankly, I never used these platforms earlier, uh, although they were there. Like uh, we had a mock massively open online courses in my university, but I never really thought about using these things. But now we are doing seminars. Okay, we are doing board of control meetings in other in our department, also in other universities, also board of studies meetings, PhD vivas. Earlier, I went to Jammu to take that viva, and now I'm taking it online. So implications are many. Like you don't have to drive on the road. Pollution is less. You physically also, it's good that you don't drive. Otherwise, sometimes you enjoy driving. That is another point. Now, this newest development, this MOOC was the newest development, and it happened in mid 1990s because of the World Wide Web and internet. Now, we'll come to the MOOC later, but I'll just give you a brief history of how we started and how we are here. Now, first of all, we had this system, as Dr. Grover was saying, that the best system is the classroom teaching. I would say more that even more than classroom teaching, it is the Guru Shishya, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਲਾਗੇ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਪੜਾਉਣਾ, that is the best. Second is classroom with blackboard, and after that I can say smart classroom. Blackboard I think is better than the smart classroom to solve, to make understand people some things. But no doubt these things are used and they facilitate teaching. कोई problem नहीं है. Then from smart rooms, uh, the next step, which is what we are doing now, uh, now this what we are doing. So this is also a way of imparting teaching. Smart classrooms is also a way of imparting teaching. Blackboard is also a way of imparting teaching. Classrooms, actually ਘਰ 'ਚ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਉਣਾ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਟੀਚਿੰਗ ਹੈ, ਬਟ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੁੱਡ ਪੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਐਂਡ ਬੈਡ ਪੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ। ਬੈਡ ਪੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ, ਗੁੱਡ ਪੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਆ, ਬਟ ਲੈਵਲ ਬੈਸਟ ਲੈਵਲ which is ਗੁਰੂ ਸ਼ਿਸ਼ਿਆ ਲਾਗੇ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ, and of course online teaching cannot replace classroom teaching, but as it is a time where disruption is happening, so it is, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਲਈਏ ਕੁਛ, something is better than nothing, but it is going to be, it will evolve into a better system, as Dr. Grover was saying, we can check the screen time of the students, as we check in the class time how much they are looking at you and how much they are understanding you. Here the computer will record it, so that will be a better thing. If there are more than 50 students, you cannot check all the students, so that those some other things which will come up because of the technology. Now, if you go into the history of where we are now, uh, see, basic point is classroom teaching, and after classroom teaching, the first correspondence courses were started in 1800s, and this was by using parcel post. Parcel post was used in 1800s. Then in 1900s, radio waves were used to give some sort of a teaching to some people. Then in 1919, University of Wisconsin, the professors there started the first licensed amateur radio station for educational broadcasting. And 1990 ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ 1930s ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ University of Iowa started a TV channel for educational broadcasting. 50s ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ the frequencies in USA were reserved for education. Some frequencies of radio, or sorry, TV, they were. And in 67, Corporation for Public Broadcasting, that is CPB, was established to encourage growth and development. And this corporation was solely for the purpose of educational, cultural purposes. Then 1982, Western Behavioral Institute, California, they started distance educational programs in 1982 through computer conferencing to business executives. Then in 1989, University of Phoenix, they also started educational programs through the internet. Then coming to 1993, because of the debut of first internet web browser, University of Illinois started using it. Then in 1998, this was a landmark thing, University of New York, California Virtual University was established, Trident University was established, and Western Governors University was established, which provided, these universities provided fully online programs. Now, again, coming back to the word disruption. When we say disruption, there is another thing I want to add, that there is one, you all know, you are all younger than me, and you are more into technology. You know more in technology, and people who are less than your age, maybe 10 years younger, they know even more than you. So blockchains are coming. Blockchain hai ya badi purani, everybody knows this word. Blockchain, they say that I've read an article that this blockchain will disrupt the banking sector. The banks as such we are having, they will not be there when blockchains are used. So people will do transactions on blockchains only, and there will be only one server which will take care of all needs, all things which banks are doing. So banks are also going to get disrupted in the coming years. Similarly, I fear and I hope that education system is not as at the present stage it is like we are doing physical teaching. It is not disrupted, and the disruption has actually started. People, more and more people are going to join virtual classes, online classes. Foreign universities, Canadian universities, Australian universities, they are giving online classes, and they will give online classes in India. And students, whenever they will call them once in a year for 10 days, 15 days to their university. And this is another challenge to the institutions everywhere, not in India, everywhere. In 2000, year, only 8% students were using online courses in some way. Not the full course, some way, one or two courses, 8% worldwide. In 2008, 20% students were using these online courses, and in 2013, 30% were using online these type of courses. And you can imagine now in 220, I don't have the exact data, but 2013 is 30th, how many people are using these online courses? We are doing, all of us, we are doing online 100% seminars, we are doing 100% Viva online, we are doing 100% meetings online, and similarly, students are going to, the percentage is going to be very high for online courses. This is not that they are doing one MBA course online, but in MBA course, this figure is about that they are taking one mock subject, one mock credit or something like that. But there is another problem here in the online courses is that these courses, there is attrition rate. Attrition rate means dropout rate is ranges from normally 20% in each course and up to 50% or 60%. So that is a problem in these courses, that these online courses, that the dropout rate or attrition rate is very high. So these are challenging times for everybody in the health sector, also in personal lives, also and psychologically, also the people, and of course, education to hai like this. Uh, uh, in this crisis, health sector is going to be, there is more investment is going to be done in the health sector, of course. But I think in every society, there should be a system where three things should be free or nearly free, and equal opportunity should be given to everybody to get these three things. Everybody, apart, not based on their income paying capacity, education should be given to everybody. Everybody should have equal opportunity. So it should be basically free. Justice should be free, and health should be free. Now, I take gives you one example of BRTS buses, which are run in bus rapid transport system in Amritsar. So for some time, they made it free. People said कि ये तो ये नहीं चलता, बंद है, तो free करता है. How will they survive? My view was that even if they have made it free, so what? This is public money, and public uses this public transport freely. So what's the harm in it? फ्री जे यूज कर भी लोगे, टैक्सेस गवर्नमेंट कोई अपने कोई लोन तो नहीं लेते सारे फ्रॉम अदर कंट्रीज, या सारा गवर्नमेंट इज नॉट जनरेटिंग एनीथिंग. People are generating all the money and paying taxes to the government, and government if makes these things free, like giving examples of BRTS buses, similarly education, justice and health, government should pay some uh, uh, funds to the institutions where students get enrolled. Students should be free to enroll anywhere, and if the students enroll, the government should pay something or do something that students they get equal opportunity in medical education. What the scenario is that a lower middle class or even I think middle class person cannot take admission in MBBS. His child cannot take, because very few number of seats are where 2-3 lakh the admission the baki saran de vich it is more than 7 lakh 8 lakh. And in case of PG seats, 30 lakh 40 lakh, who how can a person from a limited resources family go into her? So we are in fact it should be talent based. Better talent should come, and government should take care of all the expenses, and the best people should be in the health sector at the help. Best people should be in the education sector. Best people should be in the justice. Only then the societies will prosper. Government has so many ways to take collect taxes. Petrol the government on tax ਲੈ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਬਹੁਤ, ਡੀਜ਼ਲ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, toll tax ਲਗਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਜੋ ਲਾਉਣਾ ਲਾ ਲਓ ਜਿੱਥੇ whatever we want to do. But similarly, another one of my personal views is that like private institution ਤੇ ਕਰ ਹੀ ਰਿਹਾ ਇਧਰੋਂ ਉਧਰੋਂ, like they try to get resources ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਪੈਂਦੀਆਂ, because how will you pay your staff? Even in government and other aided institutions, the government has decreased the percentage of aid to universities and colleges that aided sige. But it should not be so. At least some universities or some institutions should be funded by the government, which should be an example. Uh, uh, they should have fewer number of students, limited number of students, and they should be for research purposes and setting benchmarks for other institutions. And it should not be that uh, say uh, your government is getting money from say 5 6 government is getting money from 5 6 say engineering colleges running MBA. I'm taking example of one Amritsar. You're getting money from them. PTU को ਜਾਂਦਾ PTU तो सरकार लाई ਜਾਂਦੀ है. Then say ਇੱਕ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਦੀ MBA ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲਿਮਟਿਡ ਰੱਖੋ, 20 30 ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਰੱਖੋ, ਟੀਚਰਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਕੋਰਸ ਕਰਿਕੂਲਮ ਡਿਵੈਲਪ ਕਰਨ, ਰਿਸਰਚ ਪੇਪਰ ਲਿਖਣ, ਉਹ ਕਰਨ. ਐਂਡ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ 100 100 200 200 ਬੱਚਾ. ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਨਾਓ 1200 ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਇਨ ਆਰ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ. ਐਂਡ I will not go into details. That will not be right. But universities should not be made centers of profit. They should be made centers of education, research, and there are so many other activities which universities can only take, like some social responsibilities are also there. Say there are departments like Hindi, Punjabi, Sanskrit, music. Private institutions are not going to get into these institutions. These universities, like older kings, they were patrons of art and culture and these things. So the present government should also emulate those uh, historic things, where government should encourage and take art, culture, education, and subjects like Hindi, Punjabi, Sanskrit, music, okay, literature under their umbrella. And those ਹੁਣ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹੀ ਜਾਓ ਜੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਫਿਟ ਜਨਰੇਟ ਕਰੋ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਇੰਨਾ ਸਟਾਫ ਹੈ, ਇੰਨੀ ਤਨਖਾਹ ਜਾਂਦੀ, ਤੇ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਵਾਲੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਆਈਲੈਟਸ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਨੂੰ ਤਿਆਰ ਆ, MA ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਕਰਨ ਨੂੰ ਤਿਆਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ. Okay. Now, there is another thing which I would like to add is that when the the smartphones came and just all these technological things are coming. Earlier, there was a saying that necessity is the mother of invention. Now, again, I'll again repeat: necessity is mother of invention. Now, I say that invention is becoming the mother of necessity. ਹੁਣ ਮੋਬਾਈਲ ਫੋਨਸ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ, ਕੋਈ ਸਰਵੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਦੀ ਹੋਇਆ, ਸਟੀਵ ਜੌਬਸ ਐਂਡ ਪੀਪਲ ਲਾਈਕ ਦੈਟ. ਬਟ there was always an inherent demand for good communication tool. But it was never ਕੋਈ ਸਰਵੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਹੋਇਆ, ਕੋਈ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਫੋਨ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ. People never knew that ਇਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਫੋਨ ਹੈਗਾ. But those people who were innovative and they had a very they had a very good vision. They brought a tool of communication, and there are so many other things also. There are so many other good things also which this communication tool can do. Entertainment भी हैगी आ, like you have Wikipedia, information भी हैगी आ, knowledge ਤੇ ਚਲੋ information तो बननी होते ਹੁਣ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਕੀ how what type of sites people are going to say see on TV. There are so many programs on TV, but if a person is watching always MTV, ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ entertain ਹੀ ਇਕੱਲਾ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ. ਹੁਣ there is another person, he is watching some news also, information ਲੈ ਰਿਹਾ. There are other programs related to knowledge in other channels. So ਉਹ depend ਕਰਦਾ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕੀ ਲੈ ਸਕਦਾ. So we cannot criticize these tools of communication, entertainment, and information. These tools are in your hands, and it depends upon the person from where he has studied, in which school he has studied, in which family he is born, and what is ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੀ psychology based ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, and how will he deal with all this information to make it knowledge and to use it or not use it, to utilize it for his betterment, for his family's betterment, for his immediate neighborhood, and for his for the society where he lives and for the country where he lives. So it depends on him. So all these tools now which we are using, I will not go into details because Dr. Grover has told you everything, and Dr. Cortes has given an overview, full overview. But all these tools which we are having earlier, few days back, earlier Zoom ਤੇ ਮੀਟਿੰਗਾਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ, Skype ਤੇ ਹੋਈਆਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ. ਅੱਜ ਮੈਂ I have used this also. So these things, when we start using, we will be very comfortable with these. And now again, it will depend on how we use and create our subject, how we deal with the subject. Now the same person will give a topic, product life cycle, marketing. The same people will give different types of lectures. Uh, the variability will be very high. Some will go into details only to give that lecture. Some people will give some examples, and some people will give details also, examples also, and make it interesting and entertaining for the student also. So it depends upon the teacher. So it is not that you cannot replace teacher. So I would like to say that, as Grover was saying, the classroom teaching cannot be replaced. So classroom teaching ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ? Classroom ਤੇ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ, classroom ਤੇ teacher ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ. ਐਂਡ ਜੇ teacher virtual classroom ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ properly ਉਹਨੂੰ classroom ਬਣਾ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ classroom teaching ਤੇ ਹੋ ਹੀ ਰਿਹਾ. This is classroom teaching. The classroom is because of the teacher. So it doesn't matter much that if you are teaching in class or you are teaching like this in a virtual classroom. It will all be going to depend on the capabilities and other things of the teacher. If he makes the lecture interesting, students will not leave his lecture. If you are in the classroom physically, also students are looking at you but thinking about something else, because you are just giving them some lecture which they are not interested, because they think that ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਚੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਹੀ ਲੈਣੀਆਂ. So if you are going beyond books, teaching them something which is in the books and also which is not in the books which they are reading, but which you have read over a period of time, and you bring all these things together and give some interesting talk and take them to side roads also, okay, and then you again bring them back to the main topic and make it interesting also. The students will, while sitting in the class also, they will not digress. They will be interested in your lecture. And similarly, in this type of virtual classroom also, students, if they know that this lecture is going to be delivered like this, they will not unmute themselves. They will not switch off their video, and they will be attending the lecture fully. So we can make this again, unmute the video conferencing ਬੰਦ ਕਰਨੀ नहीं करनी, but वो फिर screen ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਰਹਿਣਗੇ तो they will not be listening to. So basically it all depends on the teacher, and ਜਿੱਥੇ teacher ਹੈ ਉੱਥੇ classroom ਹੈ. So it is not a big challenge if the teacher is good. And I hope I have made some points which will start a chain of thinking. And I again thank the principal madam and the Anand College for giving me this opportunity. Before saying thank you, I would like to take any questions, please. Hello? This is a question which has come up, that even network problem also prevailed in rural areas, so no access to e-learning. I had just today's newspaper, either it's Indian Express or Hindustan Times, that internet access has the percentage of internet access is more in rural areas as of today than urban areas. ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ 'ਚ ਮੈਂ ਪੜਿਆ, ਨਿਊਜ਼ਪੇਪਰ 'ਚ ਪੜਿਆ. ਨੈਟ ਤੋਂ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਹੀ ਜਾਣਾ। Any other question, please? This is a problem that people don't have. Many people, not all, they don't take online classes, so that's the main problem. Again, I will go to the government side. This is the responsibility of the government. If the government should give phones to or subsidize phones or whatever they want to do, they are spending so much on so many things. Recently, I was reading that ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਬੈਂਕ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਚੇਅਰਮੈਨ ਹੈ, ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੌਣ ਹੈ, he 68 ਲੱਖ ਦੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਕਾਰ ਲੈ ਲਈ ਹੈ। So these things should be stopped. 70 ਲੱਖ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਲੈ ਲੈਂਦੇ। So those things should be stopped, and this is not a big deal. Very reasonable rates ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਕਿਸੇ ਕੰਪਨੀਜ਼ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਮਾਰਟਫੋਨਸ with basic functions ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅੱਜ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ, very reasonable rates ਤੇ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਬਸਿਡਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ, ਲੋਨ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਦੇ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ, EMI ਤੇ ਦੇ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ। ਬਟ ਦੈਟ ਡਿਪੈਂਡਸ ਔਨ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਇਹ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਇਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਆ, ਇਹਦੇ ਚ ਜੇ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਡੂ ਇਟ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਐਟਲੀਸਟ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਸਕੂਲਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਆ 7ਵੀਂ 8ਵੀਂ 9ਵੀਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਐਂਡ ਦੇਰ ਇਜ਼ ਅਨਦਰ ਆਲਟਰਨੇਟਿਵ ਆਲਸੋ, ਟੀਚਰਸ ਕੈਨ ਮੇਕ ਅਸਾਈਨਮੈਂਟਸ ਐਂਡ ਦੋਸ ਕੈਨ ਬੀ ਡਿਲੀਵਰਡ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਕੋਲ ਫੋਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਦੇ ਕੈਨ ਬੀ ਗਿਵਨ ਐਟ ਦੇਅਰ ਹੋਮਸ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਕੂਲ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੰਦੇ, ਦੇ ਕੈਨ ਗੋ ਟੂ ਦ ਚਿਲਡਰਨ, ਉਸ ਕਲਾਸ ਦੇ 20-30 ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਦੇ ਆਵੇ, ਹਫਤੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹੇ ਵੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਸਕੂਲੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਾ ਦਿਓ ਅਸਾਈਨਮੈਂਟ, ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਅਸਾਈਨਮੈਂਟ। ਜਾਂ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਨੇਬਰਸ ਦੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਗਰੁੱਪਸ ਬਣ ਸਕਦੇ। ਚਲੋ ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ ਨਾਟ ਆਰ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਟੂਡੇ। ਐਨੀ ਅਦਰ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਪਲੀਜ਼? ਵਾਟ ਨੋ ਟੈਸਟ ਪਲੀਜ਼? ਟੈਸਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਗੇ? ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਟੈਸਟ? You can give open book tests to students. You can ask them questions like, for example, we have a topic like product life cycle. I will ask, what are the different stages of product life cycle? ਉਹ ਬੱਚਾ ਕਾਪੀ ਕਰ ਲੂਗਾ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਚੋਂ। But if I say, write a note on product life cycle of, say, ambassador car, write a note on product life cycle of diesel engine, write a note on product life cycle of radio. So that for that the children cannot go into the books. He will have to understand the topic and he will have to write it himself, and that assignment can be sent by scanning or sent on email, or that is a test. And that is a better way of testing than memorizing. Memorize क्यों कराना बच्चे ਨੂੰ? हर एक चीज memory क्यों पढ़नी है? It should know about the topic and it should know where to find that topic. You know, there is one example that in Harvard University, they allow you to take one sheet of paper, ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਫਾਰਮੂਲੇ ਜੋ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਲਿਖ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਿਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਹੁਣ ਇੱਕ ਬੰਦਾ ਫਾਰਮੂਲੇ ਹੀ ਯਾਦ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਵਾ ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਫਾਰਮੂਲਾ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਬਟ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਵਾ ਕਿ ਸਵਾਲ ਇਦਾਂ ਕੱਢਣਾ ਵਾ, ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਦਾ ਹਾਊ ਟੂ ਵੀ ਕੈਨ ਸੋਲਵ ਦਿਸ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਲਾਈਕ ਦਿਸ, ਬਟ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਐਕਸ ਜਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਡਾਟ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਉਹਦਾ। ਸੋ ਦੈਟ ਵਿਲ ਰਿਸਟ੍ਰੇਨ, ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਘੋਟੇ ਮਾਰ ਰੂਟ ਲਰਨਿੰਗ, ਦੈਟ ਵਿਲ, we should stop rote learning. Open book system aa jaye and things like that. Next question. I think you want to write that both modes of teaching can be mutually inclusive. I think this is what you want to say, inclusive. Exclusive te hoga na ki they are totally different. We can, yes, we can use both the modes of teaching, and as the situation demands. At present situation is that we will be using this type of system more and that system less, but as the situation improves we can again go back to the older system, but this system is going to remain. Now universities and institutions and students and all of us have been introduced to this system, and because once you get introduced, then you can make a friendship, and after friendship, and then you have a relationship, and so that is sort of introduction we have made, and we are going to be friends with this type of system, and this relationship is going to last for a long time then. Any other question, please? Madam, the question is, how will the rural area students overcome the problems of e-learning sources in this COVID? Madam, rural students always had a problem. Earlier they also had a problem. There are some students, they have to cross rivulets. There are some students who have to walk for 5-7 kilometers. That is a problem that even we have not found solutions for those things. So we cannot say that we can, like in Punjab, there is more road connectivity. People are more, and in other states also, in South also. But in some states which are a little disadvantaged, there this problem is very much there. No problem, no doubt about it. Uh, uh, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਰਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਯਾਦ ਆ ਗਈ ਕਿ one of our professors went to Russia, and one of his students failed totally in the class, and that student also got a BSc ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਕਲਾਸ ਸੀਗੀ ਸਾਇੰਸ ਦੀ. He was given a BA degree, arts ਦੀ degree ਦੇਤੀ. ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ, how come he is getting a degree? The university had decided that no, we gave a degree because ਇੰਨੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਠੰਡ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ, ਮਾਈਨਸ ਡਿਗਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਵਾ, ਕਲਾਸਾਂ 'ਚ ਬੈਠਿਆ ਤੇ ਆਇਆ, ਉਹ ਟੈਸਟ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ, ਉਹਨੂੰ BA ਦੀ ਡਿਗਰੀ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇ ਹੀ ਦੇਣੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਤਾਂ he had done some effort ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵਲੀ, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹ ਡਿਗਰੀ ਦੇ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ. ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਆਲਸੋ ਫੈਕਟ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਰਸ਼ੀਆ 'ਚ ਡਿਗਰੀ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ. ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਹੀ ਟੋਲਡ ਮੀ ਦਿਸ 20 years ago. Poor connection, this is not our subject. We cannot say anything about it ਕਿ poor connection ਹੈ ਤੇ problem ਹੈ. ਇਹ problem ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ, poor connection ਹੋਵੇ ਜਾਂ ਬਿਜਲੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ, these problems are beyond our, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਟੀਚਰਸ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ. This is a subject matter of government administration, ਜਾਂ ਮੇਬੀ ਕਹਿ ਲਓ ਕਾਲਜ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਵਾ ਜਨਰੇਟਰ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਲਗਾ ਕੇ, ਪਰ ਹੁਣ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇਨਵਰਟਰ ਤੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਫੋਨ ਚਾਰਜ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਊਗਾ ਨਾ. ਨੈਕਸਟ. ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਹੀ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਡਿਫਰੈਂਸ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਆ. ਈਵਨ ਮੈਂ ਤੇ ਆਈ ਸੇ ਦੈਟ ਕਲਾਸਰੂਮ 'ਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਚੌਕ ਨਾਲ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਦਾ ਵਾ, ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ ਬੈਟਰ ਦੈਨ ਯੂਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਦੈਟ ਕੈਮਰਾ ਐਂਡ ਸਮਾਰਟ ਕਲਾਸ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਟੀਚਰ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਈਜ਼ੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ. ਟੀਚਰ ਸਲਾਈਡਾਂ ਲਾਈ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਬੱਚੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਲਾਈਡਾਂ ਵੇਖੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਟੀਚਰ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਂਦਾ, 2-4 ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ, ਅਗਲੀ ਸਲਾਈਡ ਕਰਤੀ. ਉਹ ਦੈਟ ਹੈਜ਼ ਮੇਡ ਥਿੰਗਸ ਈਜ਼ੀਅਰ ਫॉर ਅ ਟੀਚਰ. ਸੋ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਤੇ ਜੇ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਟੀਚਿੰਗ ਸਮਬਡੀ, ਆਪਣੇ ਲਾਗੇ ਬਿਠਾ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਵਾਲ ਕਰਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਇੱਕ ਬੱਚਾ 2 ਬੱਚਾ ਬੈਠਾ, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਬੈਟਰ ਆ. ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਬਟ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਇਸ ਸਟੇਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਬੈਟਰ ਤੇ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੈਟਰ. ਇਸ ਸਟੇਜ ਦੇ ਤੇ ਕੰਡੀਸ਼ਨਸ ਦੇ ਮੁਤਾਬਕ what we have to use, whichever thing which we can use, so we should use that thing. ਬੈਟਰ ਜਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੈਟਰ ਵਾਲੀ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਗੱਲ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ. We cannot go to the classroom, ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹੀ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਬੈਟਰ ਆ, ਬਟ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ. ਵੀ ਕਹੀ ਜਾਈਏ ਕਿ ਸੇ ਆਈ ਸੇ ਦੈਟ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਇਜ਼ ਵੈਰੀ ਗੁੱਡ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਕੰਟਰੀਜ਼ ਵੈਰੀ ਗੁੱਡ, ਪਰ ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੰਦਾ, ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਕਰੂੰਗਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ? ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਉਹਦਾ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਫਿਰ ਇੰਡੀਆ 'ਚ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਊ ਨਾ ਜੋ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਊ. What ratio should be given to physical and virtual learning after the COVID is over? COVID over ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਕਦੋਂ ਹੋਣਾ, ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਦੱਸੋ ਜਵਾਬ. ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸਰ, ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਵਾਬ ਦਿਓ ਕਿ ਕੋਵਿਡ ਖਤਮ ਕਦੋਂ ਹੋਣਾ. ਚਲੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਅਸਿਊਮ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਰੱਬ ਕਰੇ 6 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਜਾਂ ਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ 2 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. ਤੇ ਰੇਸ਼ੋ ਕੀ ਦੇਣੀ ਆ, ਇਹ ਡਿਪੈਂਡ ਕਰਦਾ ਵਾ ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰੀ ਕਲਾਸ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਆ. ਸੇ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਟੀਚਿੰਗ bachelor's in tourism and travel management. I am teaching MBA 5-year course. I am teaching MBA 2 year ਜਿਹੜੇ post graduate ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ. Now it will depend upon the age of the students. ਇੱਕ ਬੱਚਾ +2 ਕਰਕੇ ਆਇਆ ਵਾ, MBA 5 year 'ਚ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪੜਾਉਣਾ ਪਊਗਾ. ਹੁਣ MBA 2 year ਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵਰਚੁਅਲ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. ਹੁਣ ਟੂਰਿਜ਼ਮ ਐਂਡ ਟਰੈਵਲ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵਰਚੁਅਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਈਟਸ ਦਿਖਾਓ, ਆਹ ਕਰੋ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਭੇਜੋ ਵੀ, ਨਾਲੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੈਸੇ ਵੀ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਲਈ ਭੇਜੋ. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਲਾਸਰੂਮ ਟੀਚਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਇੰਨੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਐਕਸਪੋਜ਼ਰ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ, ਚਾਹੇ ਵਰਚੁਅਲੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਚਾਹੇ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੋਵੇ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ। This always happen that whenever we take an exam, individual differences exist karta hai. Some people they get a A grade, some get A plus, some get D, some get F. ਉਹ ਹੁਣ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਉਹ ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਵੀ ਹੋਊਗਾ। ठीक है मैडम।
Thank you, sir, for such a valuable session.
हाँ जी, थैंक यू।
And sir,
ओके मैडम।
sir, along with aspects of online teaching, you discussed about various obstacles which teachers face during a virtual classroom. So it's really a valuable and informative session for all of us.
Thank
Now I invite Principal Ma'am for the vote of thanks.
you। ओके मैडम। ठीक हो गया, चलो।
Good afternoon to all. No duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to the Honorable delegates Dr. Amit Kotz, Dr. Jitinder Grover, and Dr. Vikramjit Singh Hundal, who blessed us with their presence and spared their precious time for us. I would like to extend a special thanks to the management of college for inspiring us. I heartily thanks to all the participants for their active participation in this event. As no program can become successful with a single person, so I extend my big thanks to all the members of department. Thank you guys for making this event successful with your contribution. Now I request to all please stand up at your respective places for national anthem.